Have you just started your content creation journey and have no idea how to approach YouTube? All the advice on YouTube looks accurate and obvious for you, but when it's come to actual creation you feel lost and confused? Can't see the difference between bad and good thumbnails? Me too! Me too! Me too! Hi, I'm Terry. I always wanted to start a YouTube channel, but apart from my work burnout, time management crisis and lack of patience, I just don't know how to approach it to make things work. All those videos about how to start a YouTube channel in 2026 or whatever look very inspiring and motivating, and yes, they have lots of good pieces of advice. But when I actually started doing something, I just don't know how to choose title for specifically my video, or how to do my video nice and cozy, or how to take that darn close-up shot. After overthinking, frustration and beating myself up for not progressing, one idea came to my mind. What if I'm not alone here? What if there are other people who needs to see the actual process from the actual beginner? So I decided to finally make it work and document all my processes, my steps, my thoughts, struggles, failures, successes, if any, everything I will learn and face while I'm becoming a content creator. And why don't we start right away? So, I have this tiny channel that I created a year ago, posted several videos and then gave up. Now I want to start it over, go all in and finally see results. Through my channel, I want to share what I'm going through after I left a big tech company. You know, new experiences, places. Also, I want to share what I was going through when I was working there and things to be aware of if my audience are going to join a big tech company. And maybe some other stuff. And I guess the very first thing that we YouTube beginners have to do is go through the YouTube manuals to understand what is YouTube and how its algorithm works. I know, no one likes to read manuals, but well, I guess we have to do that. Otherwise, how do we approach YouTube if we don't know how it approaches us? I found YouTube pages with all the information about its algorithm, policies, what to do and what not to do. There is a lot of interesting information there that can be useful for content creation. For example, all YouTube creators must comply with thumbnail policy, otherwise we are at risk of getting warnings, strikes and even being terminated. I don't want to overwhelm you with all the information and tips from there now, but I will leave links to YouTube manuals in the description to this video for you. Now let's see what I did so far to start working on my channel. I watched a bunch of videos from experienced YouTube creators trying to find my path. And the problem is that there is so much information out there, so many templates and so many plans of success that it feels too overwhelming just from the start. It is also even more overwhelming if you, just like me, don't have basic patience. You know, I want the whole system to be set up and working right away. I tried to choose some templates or something like 90 days plan to succeed, and guess what? Yeah, I failed during the first week. Why? Well, it's simple. I'm very new to it and I just don't know things. So this time I decided to challenge my lack of patience, to stop and to focus on the very first steps, hoping that it will help me to find ways that will work in my case. I think all those templates and 90 days plan of success are great and they actually can work, but it feels like there is a little gap between where I am now and the moment where I can start using those templates. Let's say I want to grow very fast from where I am now. I can choose one of those templates and create some kind of schedule of video release. Well, do I know how long it will take me to come up with idea? Do I know how to actually film the video? Or how long it will take me to start talking in front of camera? Do I know how to edit? I know almost nothing about it. I feel like it's too early for me to know where I will finish my first video. And I want it to be not like this one, I want to challenge my skills every time, and I want it to be a little bit better than I can do right now with my current skills. Also, I decided that I want to have fun along the way, experiment and enjoy the process. So maybe this is not the best decision in terms of consistency, but I decided that I don't want to create any schedulers for now. I want to learn first. Specifically, I want to learn my process, learn my speed, my capacity, etc. I will create my first video step by step, learning things along the way, and when it will be ready and I will be ready, I will post it. Since I'm going to track my work, by the time I finish my first video, I expect to have some high-level idea on how long it will take to create another one. I just don't want to rush things, and I feel like it's too early for me to have plans, calendars and schedules. And when I have some idea of my process, I think I will be ready to move to the next level and learn, for example, how to be consistent by using some of those templates. Now let's talk about the most annoying thing. The niche. It is so hard to know from the start what your channel is about, but it shouldn't prevent us beginners from starting. And I know it's much easier to say than it actually is. As perfect as I want my channel to be, I understand that the topic and niche is something that can be changed throughout the time, and it will be changed for the most of the channels. So I found these questions that might help to clarify our goals and set up our channels for us beginners. I took them from the template that Katie Stakely proposed in one of her videos. I think those questions are very hard to answer, but answering them gave me a lot of motivation and the feeling that I'm ready. So let's see what are the answers for my channel. So the first one is, what is your content about? Well, it's about life after big tech. I want to find out, is there any life and how it looks like. Second is, who is your content for? Ooh, tricky one. For me, I guess it's burnt out audience just like I am, and people who is going to join a big tech company, and also maybe people who are just starting their careers and they're starting at a big tech companies. And the last one, why should they follow you? Well, I think this one is the hardest one because it's where our imposter syndrome starts kicking in. But we shouldn't be afraid of this question and just try to find our answer. So for me, it's might be my experience in a big tech, my own trauma, and maybe specific skills and knowledge I can share. And yeah, as I said, those answers can be changed throughout the time, and maybe I will want to change the direction my channel will move towards, but yeah, I guess this is what YouTube journey is about. Okay, now let's talk about the most useless but the most inspiring part for me to start a channel. It is to create all the logos, backgrounds and descriptions for the channel. It didn't add a lot to my progress, but it did add a lot to my motivation. I feel like it describes how I see my channel as of now. And I know it's not perfect, but now at least I have something that I can look at and something that is real and something I can move towards. These small things that may look silly and useless at first glance give me a feeling that I'm actually doing it. I'm working on it. It's real now. Please let me know in comments if you're also from the team customization first and real work later, as I am. Okay, what did I learn so far? I got familiar with YouTube algorithm principles and policies, which is super boring but super important, I guess. I learned that specific plans and schedulers are not something that I want to follow right now, and I need to learn my process first. Also, I finally have an idea what my channel will be about. Well, I guess it's enough for today. Next time I will share how I started to work on my first video and the design I created for it. And I don't want to make any promises in terms of timelines. The next video will be ready when I am ready. I'm super excited and I feel the motivation and the inspiration to create and learn. So subscribe and let's create together, and see you next time!